So what are some of the top Singapore oil and natural gas stocks, right, that you can put in your watch list for potentially more upside? Hey guys, Joey here, top tier advisor, trader in Philips Securities. And over the past 2 months, I've covered some of these stocks as well. I think all of us know about the Russian and Ukraine war, which has kind of like pushed oil prices, natural gas prices, coal prices to new highs, right? And many of these stocks in these sectors are currently benefiting from it. So what are some of the stocks that we can focus on? All right, in this video, we'll cover some of the most popular Singapore oil and natural gas plays, all right? And these are the 7 stocks right here. We'll go through very quickly, all right, in some of those stocks. So if you're holding on to any of these stocks, or you're looking to get in, or maybe you're exited, you're thinking to get in again, this is pretty much the 7 stocks right here that I'll share with you today. We'll kind of like do a quick analysis on the charts, all right, and then we look at the system that I have called 1GT, one good trend, that shows how it looks like there. I mean, we had actually a couple of good bullish or maybe even bearish signals on them. So I'll show you what it says on the system that I have and if there could potentially be a bit more upside. So these are the 7 stocks right here. The first one would be Bumitama Agri, Geo Energy Resources, Golden Agri Resources, Golden Energy, Rex International, RH Petrogas, and Sembcorp Marine. So if you're holding on to any of these stocks, looking to get out or you're thinking to get in, this video will be for you. Make sure you watch this video all the way to the end. Of course, guys, smash the subscribe button so that you will not miss out on any videos like this. And give me a thumbs up as well. Give me a like. That would definitely help out the channel. And thank you so much for doing this. Right. So let's dive into these 7 stocks right now. Okay, so the first stock I'd like to share with you would be this company called Bumitama Agri, one of those stocks that came into our watch list since January, February, had a couple of good bullish signals. I'll show you what it says on the system later, but here we are trading at about 0.825. You can see that we were pretty much consolidating, all right, for like about 2 months from that 70 cents to the 80 cents. Look at up, down, and eventually over the past few days, we managed to break what we call the resistance level. It's a psychological resistance at about the 80 cents level, right? So that's a good indication whereby buyers are prepared to take it higher as well. You can see we are about 825 over the past 3-4 days. We are still holding above this new resistance turn support level. So let me go to draw some targets for you right here. I think anything above that 80 cents, there could potentially be more upside all the way to maybe 85 first. I think 85 for the giveaway. 90 cents would be the next target. This is pretty much the upside, and you can see that the trend looks good as well. Longer term trend looks okay. We can also draw what we call an upward sloping channel support, whereby the trend looks quite okay with prices holding above this upward sloping channel support line, forming what we call higher lows. Right? So this is Bumitama Agri, the first stock. It looks good above that 80 cents. Let's take a look at what it says on my 1GT system. Okay, here's Bumitama Agri on this system that I have called 1GT, one good trend, all right, whereby it kind of alerts us to stocks like this and comes out with entry and even exit signals, right, to guide us on to get in, to get out as well. So we had a couple of good bullish signals, I would say somewhere on 4th of January, right, 4th of Jan 2022, all right, just this year, all right. That was even before the whole Russia-Ukraine war started. Of course, when it started, then that's where prices started to accelerate up much faster. So we've got a bullish signal right here. You can see 4th of Jan. All right, let me zoom in for you guys, and then it's consolidated a little while, and eventually pop, it started to go up all the way. We got an exit signal right here. 8th of March came down a little bit. Look at this right here. On the 22nd of March, we got a new bullish signal, right? Look at this, a bullish signal right here, green arrow pointing up, and there are still no exits as of now, right? And you can see that we are pretty much around here, 82825. This is where we are. So I think it looks quite good. As I say, anything above that 80 cents, I think the uptrend still looks pretty intact, and we could potentially see a bit more upside. Second stock I'd like to share with you would be Geo Energy Resources, trading at about 0.58 right here. Really decent uptrend, I would say, since last year. We have been like sloping upwards very gently. Of course, the longer term trend for the moving averages looks quite okay as well. This is the red line 100 days moving average. The blue line is the 200 days moving average. Both of them are all sloping up. Prices hanging above these 2 lines. So very good, strong mid to long term trend, all right, in terms of the upwards direction. All right, in the short term, we did see a little bit of like weakness. It consolidated, came back down, but buyers kind of like came back up to buy at what we call higher prices, and it forms higher lows along the way. All right, so it was actually consolidating somewhere around at 43 to 45 just last month, March. All right, and we found a little bit of support right here. You can see rebounded, came back down, rebounded, and we managed to break this 53, 52 cents level, and that's where the upside started as well. So clients were alerted as well to this, and we managed to break and push up all the way to around that 60 cents level. So that's a good thing. All right, I think right now 60 cents would be kind of like a major resistance. We are kind of like seeing a little bit of profit taking there, which is normal. I mean, the fact that we have gone from 45, 50 to 60 cents in a couple of weeks, that is where we can see some profit taking, which is perfectly normal. I think it's good to see some profit taking. We might kind of retrace back down a bit. Let me go to draw it for you right here. So if my up, down, we broke this, I consolidate right here, all right, and eventually if we attempt to break this 60 cents level, that would be a good sign whereby buyers are prepared for this counter to move even higher to the next higher consolidation phase. So 60 cents would be the level to watch right now. That was where we sold off as well somewhere in March, went all the way down, and now we are pretty much attempting to head towards the 60 cents whereby some selling is happening. So we'll see what happens and when we can break this level for more upside. All right, so this is Geo Energy Resources on my 1GT system that I have, and we had a couple of good bullish signals, I would say, since last year. Look at this right here. This was in September, a green arrow pointing up, bullish signal, went all the way up, got exit, and we got a bearish one, it came down, and ultimately we got a couple of good bullish one in December, somewhere in 20th of January this year, went all the way up, got an exit, and this is where we are. I think recently, all right, on the 24th of March, we got a good bullish signal, all right, green arrow pointing up. There are no exits as of now. So as I say, I think it looks quite good. We are seeing some profit taking near that 60 cents, but if we can break this 60 cents psychological resistance level, I think that is where we can potentially see more upside, and this most recent bullish signal can start to play out even further. I think we might even hit higher to that 60, 65, 70 cents before some targets or some selling can come back again, and we'll see if any exit signals comes out. So the third Singapore stock I'll share with you would be this company called Agri-Res, all right, pretty much a palm oil company that is also benefiting from rising oil prices. So we are trading at about 0.3333 cents right now. You can see that we have been, I would say, a very, very gentle uptrend since last year, 2021. All right, of course, this was this was before the whole Russian-Ukraine war started. You can see somewhere around February started to see a bit more price action as it breaks that 28 to 30 cents level. So that's the range right now. I think we are holding above this 28 to 30 cents support. All right, seeing resistance at about 34. All right, but if you can break that level, that is where potentially more upside can happen, maybe all the way up to that 40 cents level. That could be kind of the next upside targets if we can kind of get past this 34 to 35. There's been pretty much a cap over the past 1 month. All right, but in longer term, I think it looks quite okay. Look at this right here. We have been forming what we call higher lows, and the moving averages in the longer term, the red and blue line, are both pointing up, so it looks quite okay for now. Golden Agri on my 1GT system, we had a couple of good bullish signals, I think somewhere around here, 4th of Feb, all right, this year, 2022, we started to push up, got an exit, and this was the most recent signal on the 16th of March, just last month, all right, you can see started to inch up a little bit, and this is where we are right now. As I say, this bullish signal, there are still no exits, as you can see right now. So I think if we can break that 34, maybe 35 level, I think that's where this green upwards signal, all right, this green bullish signal can start to play out even further, maybe up to 40 cents. We might see an exit coming out as well. All right, guys, so we have covered 3 stocks so far: Bumitama Agri, Geo Energy Resources, and Golden Agri Resources. So guys, if you like this video so far, I would appreciate if you give me a thumbs up or a like. It would definitely help out the channel, and thank you so much for doing that. Of course, smash the subscribe button if you have not yet done so, so that you will not miss out on any videos like this. All right, so let's dive back into the stocks again, and these are pretty much the last 4 stocks: Golden Energy, Rex International, RH Petrogas, Sembcorp Marine. These are the stocks that are in the oil and natural gas sector, the energy sector that is benefiting from this whole Russian-Ukraine war. All right, so let's dive into it right now. Okay, Golden Energy here, a little bit more volatile, I would say. I'm trading at about 0.65, but also one of those energy plays that has benefited, I would say, since February. All right, so we are trading about 0.65. You can see that quite volatile. We went all the way up in somewhere in March, came back down, shot up, and when oil prices started to push up as well, and it came back down, consolidated above this 50 cent support level. Eventually it broke that 55, and that's where the rally started again, and we are at about 65. So I would say that right now, over the past 1 week plus, we have seen a little bit of a support coming in. It was originally the resistance at 60 cents, but now that has kind of turned to be like a support level. You can see this is where the 20 days green line, the moving average is heading there as well. So I think it kind of like approach the 60 cents. We can see a little bit of support there as well. You can see over the past 1 week, buyers are starting to come up near 60 cents. So you kind of like consolidate higher from 60 cents all the way to the 70 cents, and that's when some selling can actually come back again. Right. So golden energy, I would say it's also one of those energy plays, but it is a little bit more volatile. I mean, compared to like Geo Energy, golden agri as well. You can see this one, the movement is quite high. So make sure you have a plan as well. If it does break certain levels, make sure you have a plan to get out as well to kind of like protect your profits, especially right now. If you've got in on dips near like February and March, you are probably sitting on profits. That's where you want to have a stop loss to protect your profits. For example, if you were to break that 60 cents, you can have a stop losses to get out automatically and lock in your profits still. Alright, so this is golden energy. It looks quite okay. 60 cents support for now. Alright, it's like consolidating from 60 to 65, but let's see if we can break that 65 to push slowly towards that 70 cents resistance level. Okay, quick one, golden energy on my 1GT system. Alright, so we had a couple of good bullish signals. I think the first one that came out was quite good, somewhere around like 25th of Feb. I think that was where the whole Russian-Ukraine war kind of like started. Alright, and yeah, I got a bullish signal, went up a little bit, got an exit here. A new one coming back as well somewhere on the 17th of March, right? Just last month, you see started to push up all the way from about 40 cents, it went up to about 64 cents, and there are still no exits as of now, right? There are still no exits as of now, so I'd say, yeah, we might push towards the 70 cents. We'll see if we consolidate there a little bit, or sellers start to come back, and we may see an exit there as well, and can kind of like guide us to take some profit to get out as well. Alright, so this is golden energy, a bullish signal just recently last month. There are no exits as of now. So the next stock is Rex International, trading about 0.35 right here. You can see that for Rex International, we have sold off and it's pretty much consolidating at the lower level. It hasn't really recovered compared to like Geo Energy and some others that have kind of like hit towards the peak already that we will previously as well. So this is Rex, you can see trading at about 0.35. This is pretty much the range right now from like 0.32 all the way to about 0.38. That is the range. We are somewhere in the center. Alright, so it's kind of like consolidating sideways. You can see that the green line, this green line is a 20 days moving average. It was like pointing down. Prices kind of like broke that green line, so it kind of like went down, of course. And over the past like few days, this green line, all right, the short-term moving average, the 20-day moving average, is flattening out. Right, so that's a good sign whereby it starts to consolidate again. It's finding a little bit of stability above that 32 to 33 support level, and it's consolidating up and down. But hopefully, what we want to see is if it can break this level. So this is pretty much the range up, down, up, down. Eventually, if we were to break that 38 or maybe that 37 level, I think that is where potentially the upside can continue even further. It can lead the reversal all the way back up to that 45 to maybe even that 48 to 50 cents. That is pretty much where we were in March last month, right? In March last month. So this is Rex International consolidating at the lower end of the range, right? It hasn't really recovered yet. So one of those stocks to watch as well. I think if it holds above that 32, 33 support that we have kind of rebounded a few times, it still looks quite okay in terms of the longer term trend. It's still pretty much pointing up for now. Rex International on my 1GT system. So we're looking at a pretty decent uptrend. Look at the green trend bar right at the bottom, right? So pretty much in an uptrend, I would say, since like last year. And some good signals coming in 28 December. Started to push up, got an exit, a new bullish signal. January came up, another bullish signal went up, and then you started to see a little bit of weakness selling. You can see some down arrows coming down, so you'll see a bit of weakness, a bit of profit taking, which is normal. I mean, given that it has gone up by quite a fair bit since last year as well. All right, so this is where we are right now at about the 355, right, 36, 35 level, and there is kind of like a new bullish signal on the 13th of April, right? 13th of April, we got like a new bullish signal coming out, and it seems like it started to push up a little bit. There are still no exits as of now. So as I say, right, this 32, 33 level is a little bit of support for now. I think if we can hold above this level, this bullish signal can start to play out, and of course, hopefully we break that 37 to 38. I think that's like the resistance for now. We can break that 37, 38 level. That is where this bullish signal can start to play out more, all the way to maybe 45 to maybe even the 50 cents level. Okay, next counter, RH Petrogas, right? Also in the oil and natural gas sector as well, that's benefiting from this whole Russian-Ukraine war, right? And we have seen quite a strong move, I would say, somewhere since like February when this whole war started as well. You can see that we broke this 22 cents, 25 cents resistance level, whereby we have been consolidating over the past 6 to 8 months as well since last year. Look at this, right? So kind of like an ascending triangle pattern, all right? Resistance, look at this right here, about 22 to 25. We come touch, came down, and eventually we broke this 22 cents level and started to push all the way up, broke the 25 and went all the way up. A little bit of profit taking, came back down, all right, as we neared this 25, and some support actually came back as well. So longer term trend, it looks quite okay. Look at this, right? The rate and the blue line, the 100 days moving average, and the 200 days moving average is still sloping upwards quite gently, all right? Prices are still holding above these two lines, so longer term looks quite okay, but in the short term, it can be a little bit more volatile, right? A little bit more volatile. Look at this, right? It started to shoot up from 22 to like, 42 in just a couple of days, right? And then after that, we saw quite heavy selling. So a little bit more volatile, so you want to be a bit more nimble in this, right? Try to get in at good prices, don't want to rush, all right? We are at 0.32 right now, so I would say that support have came in over the past like 1 month plus, around that, I would say 25 to maybe that, if I can draw another line right here, let me just shift this up right here, maybe 25 to 28 level. I think that is where we are seeing a little bit of support coming back, and buyers are starting to bargain hunt around them right here, all the way to that 0.35 resistance. Let me just draw one of these rates resistance line right here. So yeah, this is the range, right? About 0.28 to maybe about 0.35. It does dip a little bit to near 28, all right, 29, 30 cents. That is where some bargain hunting can come back again, but we want to see that 35 cents giveaway as well. I think that's where we can see the upside kind of like continue to retest the previous high at about that 43 to 45 level. Okay, so this is RH Petrogas pretty much consolidating right now in this range from 28 to about that 35 cents. Okay, RH Petrogas on my 1GT system right here, you can see that a couple of good bullish signal. I think this was one really good one on the 4th of Feb 2022 this year, and it was even before the whole Russian-Ukraine war started. I think end of Feb, around 24th of Feb, right? So we got a bullish signal right here. You can see consolidated, and of course look at this right here, it started to push up all the way when the war kind of like started, and it kind of like got a little bit worse. All right, you can see we went up all the way from like the 18, 90 cents. We got an exit signal, went up to like about 40 cents, got an exit, and it started to come back down. Right, so this is where we are right now. I think just recently on the 11th of April 2022, we got a new bullish signal right here, started to push up a little bit. All right, there are still no exits as of now, so we'll see. We will see if there's any exit that comes out, or if we can break, as I mentioned, this 35 cents immediate resistance level. If we can break that level, I think that's where more upside or more momentum can actually come back again. Alright guys, so this is the last stock called Sembcorp Marine, alright, that I'd like to share with you, and I have many clients asking about this stock as well, quite a popular stock, and we've seen quite a good reversal over the past couple of weeks, right? So this is Sembcorp Marine trading about 0.122. Clients were alerted to it as well, somewhere around that 10 cents, 9 cents when we were consolidating, and there were indeed some signs of the uptrend starting to happen. So let me just do a quick run through of what we were doing. I mean, since last year, you can see that we were pretty much consolidating from like the 8 cents to the 9 cents. Look at this, right? Just moving up and down right here as it moves up, down here in this range from 8 to 9 cents from September all the way to around like February, March this year. Alright, but what happens was we managed to break this like 9 cents level. Alright, so that's a good sign whereby buyers are prepared to take it higher. And also from the moving averages, you can see that there are some signs of the uptrend starting to form up as well. Look at this, right? The green line started to cross back above the blue and the red line, so that's a sign of the uptrend starting to form. And this red line, this 100 days moving average, it's kind of like, in the progress, alright, or crossing back above the blue line. The blue line is the 200 days moving average. This red one is the 100 days moving average. So if the red were to go above the blue and stay above the blue, of course, right, then that could be a good sign whereby the uptrend can start to form up in the mid to long term as well. Or of course, in the short term, it actually happened just a couple of months back when it broke the 9 cents, but now it is showing that the mid to long term trend can actually start to turn up as well. Alright, so we kind of broke this like 10 cents and then we recovered it. Alright, we have a couple of good bullish signal. I'll show you guys later, but went all the way up. Targets were hit at about that 0.120, about the 12 cents level. You can see this was like the resistance level. Alright, support was like kind of like support resistance. Here, look at this right here. It was like the resistance. It turned support somewhere in 2021. We broke down the support, became resistance, and now we are back here again. So we kind of like broke above that 120 over the past couple of days, and so far we are still holding above this 12 cents level. So that's a good sign, right? Hopefully we stay above this 12 cents level. I think we can stay above this 12 cents level, which is quite critical. For now, we might consolidate all the way to 13 cents, maybe attempt to break that 13 cents to push towards that 14 to 15 cents. That could be the next upside targets, but I'll not draw it now. I think probably just want to see if we can hold above this 12 cents level because it's only like 2 or 3 days, but so far so good. We're still holding above 12 cents. For those of you who have like caught the rebound, I mean, you've caught like you got it at 9 cents or 10 cents, you are pretty much sitting on profit. So what you want to do, all right, make sure you do this step. What you want to do is to take steps to protect your profits, all right. So what you can do is to set like a stop loss, kind of like a stop limit order, all right, to stop loss in case the 12 cents were to break down. You can set a stop loss maybe at about 0.117, 118, right? So in case it breaks the 12 cents, you get out, you still make money. You don't want it to go all the way back down, and you're like back to square one. Does it make sense? All right, so that's what you can do to protect your profits. If you have already got in at 9 or 10 cents, you are sitting on profits, you want to take steps to protect them in case a support level to break down. And in this case, that would be the 12 cents level. All right, so this is Sembcorp Marine. It looks quite okay for now, above 12 cents. Okay, Sembcorp Marine here on my 1GT system. Just recently on the 16th of March, we got a green arrow pointing up, 1GT bullish signal right here. You can see started to push up all the way from like 9 cents, 10, 11, and now we are like somewhere around 12 cents, I say, right? So there are still no exits on this green bullish signal right here, so there's still no exit. So we'll see how it plays out. I think if we can hold above that 12 cents, as I say, this bullish signal can continue to play out. We might go to 13, 14. We'll see when the exit signal actually comes out again. Alright guys, there we have it. We have covered this 7 oil and natural gas stocks in the energy sector, in oil and gas sector, and I hope that you have a clear picture on these stocks right here. Bumitama Agri, Geo Energy Resources, Golden Agri-Resources, Golden Energy, Rex International, RH Petrogas, and finally Sembcorp Marine. So these are the 7 stocks that I've covered. I hope you have a better idea of where we are right now for each of them in terms of the price level, in terms of the consolidation range, the support, where can we potentially head to in terms of the target as well. I hope you have now taken note of that, right? So if you want to find out a little bit more on the kind of like the system that we have or the strategy behind, what happens is you can attend one of those free web classes that we're still running. All right, you can come like click on the link below this video. I'll probably put the link somewhere. All right, and that's where you can attend to find out a little bit more on the system and how it kind of like guides us on entry and exit as well, and more importantly understand the framework behind the system. Alright, so Joey here. I hope you like this video, you have gained some value out of it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you will not miss out on any videos like this, and give me a like as well. You'll definitely help out the channel. Thank you so much for doing it. Right, and let me know in the comments below, what is your biggest takeaway? What are your thoughts on these 7 Singapore stocks in the oil and natural gas sector? Let me know in the comments below what do you think about these stocks, and which do you think is the most potential, which one do you think is the strongest. Let me know in the comments below. So Joey here, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.